What up, ladies and gentlemen? I've started to notice something very interesting out here in Twitterverse, especially amongst the strat community. Seems like you all can't help yourself. Matter of fact, not even amongst just the strat community, the trading community in general. Starting to notice a lot of leaders are doing a little too much. We told you not to change the recipes, but you keep wanting to add your own ingredients to the sauce. Now, the flavor ain't never gonna be what you think it will be. That's why they keep coming to us. Absolutely 100% homegrown, non-GMO wins. Period. See, one thing you don't understand is it's very obvious to tell when you're not winning because you keep trying to switch it up. See, if we know the individuals that you are trying to attract know as well. Why? Because they tell us. 100% honest. And that's what they expect out of you. Honesty. But first, gotta be honest with yourself. Are you winning? Really? Really? I mean, we already know the answer. That's no. That's why they come to us here at Alphapack, where they're guaranteed to get the chicken they love and long for. This is the weekly Watchlist call. Let's go. Pack. What's good? Where my dog's at? It's your boy FICO Jordan, back again for another weekly watch list call. You know I got the gang in the building with me, my brothers. First of all, let's go ahead and bring on the homie Investing for Legacy.
Let's go. Like warming up, man. Ready to get out here in this field. Let's go. Welcome, Fab.
Let's go. Wealthy soon.
Yeah, let's get it. You know I'm here. Yes, sir.
We got the homie Mr. Check My Resume.
Man, let's go, man. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to apply this pressure.
And we got the big bro, Mr. Boss Gang VIP.
We about to do like we always do, man. We about to get this money.
Bros. Ooh, it was a banger of a week this week. Ooh, and I can't wait to talk about it. Legacy between the coin and the Boss Gang, Carvana, and Resume. Bro, y'all went bananas this week, bro. And the pack appreciated every single bit of it. Yo, did y'all feel it? Did y'all feel the energy this week?
Oh yeah. It was pretty intense in a good way. I mean, we was able to kind of keep proving what we've been saying over and over and repeatedly. Script don't change, the story don't change. We still been saying the same thing since March 2021, and ain't really nothing changed. And so consistent process brings consistent results, man. It ain't no luck over here, man.
Absolutely. Legacy, bro. Boy,
bro. You're not lying, family. I was feeling that too. Energy is the whole pack is getting more cohesive. Just how we hunt as a pack. The process is getting easier for even, and I'm noticing the process, people catching on quicker. Of course, no matter what process you have, there's gonna be some hard head people that won't get out their own way when they start it. But I'm just noticing everybody adapting to the pack methodology and how we use the strat a lot easier, and just really listening and taking in and growing with us and from us and with us. So I'm loving what we build, man. It can't be replicated, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I had 2 fire missiles this week. Hey, Uber up 36% on the week, and MP up 15%.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo, talk y'all's talk, bro.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say, me and you both was on that Uber. Yeah, That Uber was fire. CVS was fire. Yeah, I mean there was a lot of good chicken that was made this week, man. I mean the semis kept going even after the gap down. I mean, we've been playing semis for how long? How many weeks in a row? We caught a reversal way back. You know what I mean? So, like not no just one time thing. It's just, and man, this week, man, Boss Gang, Talk to me, man. Hey, you had some heat coming this week.
Yeah, so some crazy setups that we had. Even saved some stuff for the pack that wasn't on the Watchlist call, which was pretty dope. So a lot of people were able to take advantage of those things. So we consistently coming with these banger plays, with these, awesome contracts with high ROIs, and we're about to do the same thing again this week. So I'm excited for it. I'm ready to get going.
Man, look, we about to jump into more plays. Now look, before we move forward, the number one thing I need you to do right now, I need you to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. You heard what Boss Gang said. Listen, the plays that you get here, this is cool and all, but at the end of the day, you gotta understand, we spend more time trying to replicate how we think into the pack members. We got pack members that go in here, not only do they eat off of what we play, they see the same things, but a lot of them can go out here and murder on their own. That's the goal, to make you a more confident and independent trader. Like Boss Gang said, we got some things that we gave the pack that you don't get to hear. That's the end all be all. You gotta join the pack. If you want more information, you gotta visit www.alphapacktrading.com. You also need to follow us on Twitter at Alphapack Trading. You need to holler at us at Alphapack Trades at Twitter. You need to holler at us on Instagram, Alphapack Trading. Follow us on our social media accounts. It's gonna be down in the link in the description below. So before we move forward, we got to give you an update on what went down this week. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Market update. Let's go ahead and take a look at SPY. Things did finish full time frame continuity to the upside. We did trigger the 212 on the month. Now, things are moving flat. If you look up here in the top right, we do have in this moment, we're at a 6-month broadening formation with SPX. I believe this is a quarterly or monthly in the same area. On SPY, if you look to the left back in June, we had some accumulation that occurred at this time, and then supply. This wasn't them letting their foot off the gas. A lot of selling occurred right there. These orders that may not have gotten triggered at the time, we're eating that up right now. So things didn't move in force on the week, the 2 week, or the month, but we still finished green. So not going to make any assumptions about what we believe is going to happen. I can tell you the way things sit right now. Full time frame continuity across the board, 6 month, quarter, month, week, day. You already know what that means if you've been paying very close attention in this group, or just if you understand the strat in general. Let's go ahead and look at QQQ. We got full time frame continuity. We did have a slight pullback because of the gap down that occurred last night. Going into today, as you can see here, the setup is still green. So if you get a 2-2 going into the start of next week on that day, going right back into full time frame continuity. Now, the Dow and the Russell did finish green. I know the Dow finished up 0.19 and the Russell finished up 0.77. Let's go ahead and jump into the sectors on in SPY really quick. Let's go ahead and take a look at XLB. So materials, I'm wanting to see that things kind of continue. You're going to be able to see where the money resides right now. You're going to see where things kind of stayed flat. Now, we don't have full time frame continuity in all sectors. They're not putting their money in everything. So you're going to need to pay very close attention. You're going to find some things in sectors that have inside days. Doesn't mean that that's a setup. Just letting you know that right now. If you look at materials right now, it is a green day. Everything above that is red. Is that something you want to touch? You're just going to have to ask yourself, if I take this trade and reverses and hits target, how does it affect the next higher time frame? Think about that. Let's go ahead and look at XLC. Right now, XLC has full time frame continuity. Things is stuck inside of a range. You can definitely see that if you were to draw a channel on the day. Moving there, we do have a green day, did finish with a green week, did not move in force to go ahead and take that week out, and still has not triggered the 212 reversal on the month. So could this be accumulation? Who knows? Definitely going to pay attention to communications here going forward into this middle point of August. Let's go ahead and take a look at energy. Energy on the month did finish red. On the 2 week, red. On the week, red, but had a green day. So didn't threaten continuity to take it back green on the week, but it did not move in force to hit target on the week after a 2-2 reversal. That's not an actionable signal to go down. Pivot was taken out, buyer stepped in. Definitely going to see if they could take energy back from this low point and get it back up. So we have some interesting things happening in the oil sector, especially over with Saudi Arabia. Definitely have to pay attention to that. If we take a look at financials, XLF did trigger the 2-2 reversal on the week. If you go ahead and look at, 2-2 reversal on the month. The 2 week still up, did not move in force. The week setting up 2-2 continuation, did not move in force. You do have full time frame continuity over in that portion. Things still looking green. I do like financials moving forward. Definitely some things cooking up, and there's some bodies in the party. If you look at September contracts on some of those banks, go look at those charts. Tell me what you see in the comments below. I would like to see how you process things in terms of how you're using the strat, because remember, strat is just a tool. How you use it is going to dictate the results you get. That's what makes us very different at Alphapack. If you look at industrials, full time frame continuity to the upside, 2-2 reversal on the month, still got some time to go, got some continuations lifting, 2-2 reversal on the day setting up will take you back into full time frame continuity on the day. Let's go ahead and look at tech. Almost finished down a 0.25% down, but we still have green on a lot of these higher time frames, full time frame continuity to the upside after that. So pre-market did have the gap down, and we didn't finish exactly where it started at pre-market, but as far as the day is concerned, it finished green. We have full time frame continuity on all the macros. Let's go ahead and take a look at staples. XLP, 2-2 continuation on the month. Things finished flat. 4 days, first 4 days of this week, completely sideways. Gap down with the rest of things coming into this morning. 2-2 reversal set up on the hammer for the day could take you back into full time frame continuity to continue that trend, but things aren't moving in force right now with staples. So personally, the way I see it, going to have to come back to those, but there are some fire setups in staples, as Boss Gang and the bros will say, as it's being stock pickers. You're going to see some fire things over there where the money resides. Got to take a deeper look. Things still are green on the macros. Let's go ahead and take a look at real estate. Real estate, not full time frame continuity. We got red all the way down to the week, and then we finally had a green day. Real estate just not ready yet. Inside week, inside 2 week, inside month. Let's go ahead and take a look at utilities. Utilities finished down 0.36% from pre-market open. Right now in utilities, you got some things in there that could give you a chance. One thing I can definitely see, you have a 2-1-2 reversal set up on the month that did trigger. It's not at target yet. It's still back inside of the previous month's range. Now, the only problem that I'm seeing is that it didn't move in force, but a lot of things pull back. If we take a look at the 2 week there, you can see after that double inside, then a 3 goes back on the 2 week. You got a crazy bullish movement last week, but this week things kind of teetered and stayed there at the top. So you're seeing 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down. So now, are you going to get the reversal? Who knows on utilities? One thing that I like to take a look at right now is healthcare. Healthcare made quite the recovery. Now, it's been flat. Look at the month. Stuck inside of a range currently. Inside month, inside 2 week, inside week, 2 down in the day. You got some conflict. So if the day takes that reversal and hits target, how's that going to make the higher time frame look? Is it going to take things green? It will take you back into full time frame continuity. The problem is things aren't moving in force. Now, discretionary, Tesla announced a 3-to-1 stock split. It's gotten approval. A lot of retail went over there. Let's put it that way. Didn't turn out the way that they thought it would. So you did finish with a red day, down 1.7% from that pre-market open. Green all the way into the day. So a little bit of conflict, a little bit backwards compared to a lot of the other things we've seen. Those are the sectors. Flat. Some have conflict. You definitely see where the money resides very easily going into the end of this week. Boss Gang VIP. Now, when it comes to going into the second full week of August, what exactly is the almanac telling us, and to what we should be looking for?
Absolutely. So the second half of August is supposed to be a lot more bullish than the first half, especially going into the next couple weeks. So for next week, we're supposed to start off the week bullish. Wednesday is supposed to be pretty bearish. August is the worst Dow and S&P month from 1988 through 2020. So Wednesday is supposed to be bearish. We know that the last 2 days of the week, we got a big push from energy and materials. So we want to see if that continues. At the end of the day, I believe it's going to definitely be a stock pickers market. Mr. Check My Resume came through again with an amazing watch list for Friday that PAC members were able to take advantage of, and we're going to continue to find where the money resides. So that's all I got.
Appreciate that, Boss Gang. I'm just going to go ahead and take you guys into a couple of things that I'm looking at this week. Nothing, too crazy or out of the blue. Right now, one of the things I'm paying attention to is Big Lots, BIG. So Big Lots at this moment, we do have full time frame continuity to the upside. Now we had a 2 finish on the last 2 week chart, and right now we are inside green, coming up off of the lows of the bottom of a broadening formation. In the process of starting this new 6-month, new quarter, and so forth. We had a strong 3 after moving sideways for 4 days and didn't have anywhere near as much of a gap down that other things in staples had. So I like the lows that I'm seeing is come off of the previous month, even though it's not an actionable signal, and it did just trigger a 2-2 reversal on the week off of a red hammer candle. Now, I normally don't like to take reversals that are the actionable signal was opposite color of the continuity that I'm headed towards, but I like the way that the fact that it did move in force today without much of a gap down. So we had back-to-back 3s on the day. 3s are a reversal within itself, so I like to see this move back up near the 24 level. I'll definitely post a full chart setup for the pack in Trade Ideas whenever I get that loaded. Now, I was in Costco and took profit on that on a long setup. We are not done. We are getting back in. So Costco, the setup is absolutely beautiful. The target is upper 600. So we have a move that pulled back to getting close to 50% on. We have a move that pulled back to getting close to 50% on the previous week's level. We do have a hammer finish on the day, so if I can get a 2-2 reversal on the day off of this TTO, we'll be moving back up into full time frame continuity and back in force. Not going to guess, just going to react. let's go ahead and look at General Mills. Quaker Oats, General Mills. We have a hammer counter shooter on the day. We did do a 2-2 reversal that moved in force. The day did not actually gap down on General Mills. We actually gapped up. We actually gapped up on the day. We did move in force on the 2-week chart, have not hit target just yet. And so I'm definitely going to want to watch out to see where things finish with General Mills getting up near that high target around that $80 range. Kroger, we have an inside week. We had a 2-2 reversal on the 2-week. That 2-week pushing up near the highs, did move in force, but we kind of moved sideways. Still haven't hit target. I'm looking for the opportunity to add on that break over 47.66. Pepsi, want to put a little pep in the step. Going to follow back into a play that Boss Game VIP called out, because if you look at where Pepsi took retracement and is now getting bought up, 50% of the previous week's low. Would not get below that. Immediate reversal. I'm looking for a 2-2 off of that hammer to take us back in force up to near the top of that broadening formation. The play is not done. Next one is John Deere. John Deere has an amazing setup that I like. To see how this one turns out. It just triggered a 2-2 reversal on the month. We have a hammer week, Momo hammer sitting at the top of the range. Same for the 2-week. I'm looking to take this up on a broadening formation that is off of the 2-week chart. And the high of that is going to be 366.34, which also coincides with the target for the month. Inside day actionable signal. Things should get silly. UPS, heard some of the bros speak about this week. Had to go pay attention to it to see how this play was setting up. Off of the 3 previous week, hammer thing took off. Week is gone. I don't believe that a setup is ever going to be too far gone, especially when the month is still in force and we are still moving towards the target. Definitely wanting to look at that monthly supply zone that's up near 212. We're at 196, still got room to grow. So I'm definitely going to be paying attention to United Parcel Service. That's my plays for the week. I know the bros got some heat. Looks like we got Mr. Investing for Legacy. What you got for the pack this week, bro?
What's good, bro? How you feeling? I want to make sure I wasn't on mute.
You all good, bro. You got some hitters this week, bro. You got to tell these people about that coin, bro.
Oh, that coin was fire, man. We got that BlackRock news. That's huge news. Of course, we know that's one of the biggest institutional players out there, but just them partnering with Coinbase to let some of the people that they manage money get access to crypto, sent that thing over 40% high of that day, man. So that was crazy. That was a blessing right there, that coin play. But of course, we know we wise enough to know you as good as your next move, your next play here in the Alphapack. So we're not dwelling too much on the past, guys. So I want to bring up some new ones, some new hitters, hopefully that we can all eat from this week. I want to start with Roku. I'm liking what I'm seeing on Roku. I'm liking what I'm seeing there for that 212 up on the week is the entry that I'm seeing and I want. It's at the bottom of a weekly broad information as well, and that we know that's one of the pack's favorites entries. The bottom of those weekly broad informations for sure. So I'll be watching for Roku for entry above that inside week break, which would be above 85.06. And I'm like Roku. I like where it's at. So we'll see. Let's keep it moving. I want to go to All, AULL, All State. It's a fintech play. Contracts look good. Definitely meet all our requirements. Looking for the 122 rev there on the week. Also at the bottom of a weekly broad information, beautiful hammer on the week. We see the price getting bought up. Finished strong, beautiful hammer on the week. We see it got bought up well within this week. Buyers were there. They did not let that thing fall too hard at all. So I want to see it go 2 up on the week. My first target there would be at 121.65. My second would be at 126.73. So let's see if Allstate gives us those entries, full time frame continuity on everything but the quarter currently, and it will go green at the quarter. On the quarter, pretty much at my second target. My second target would be at 126. So keep that in mind. But everything full time frame continuity below that. Next play, if you don't know by now, I'm sure you know if you're in the pack, but we're very bullish on materials right now currently. We're loving material setup, so I want to bring up one to everybody. It's FCX, Free Point, Mick Moran. Excuse me, I don't really, we call our tickers different things in Alphapack anyway. But another similar setup, beautiful hammer inside week at the bottom of a monthly broadening formation here. We get a 212 up here. I'm loving the possibility, for even I'm loving a price target of $39. So almost a $10 move, possibly. Can happen in a week, can happen this week, can happen in 2 weeks, can happen in 3 weeks. We know we're typically not wrong in Alphapack, but we can be early sometimes. So that's a play that's worth watching going into next week. FCX. I had John Deere as well, so I'll leave that to my brother FICO. He broke it down beautifully. Deere, loving what I see there with John Deere. And been watching that for a few weeks now, and loving this for another entry on Deere for sure. What FICO highlighted. Last thing I want to bring to everybody's attention is MP. It's another materials play. I got two more. Last thing, I'm loving what I see on the magnitude here for, again, the same reason why FICO kind of mentioned that last ticker. As long as it's running in force above 2 up on the month like this one is, I'm not just going to assume that it's done running. This thing has been running monstrous this past 2 weeks. I see a possibility of the magnitude on the monthly time frame up to $42. If it goes 2 up on the week, I'll be confident on that price target, because this thing has been a wrecking train ever since 2 weeks ago when it crushed. August 4th when it crushed earnings 2 days ago. So it was running before earnings and it kept running after earnings. So I like that. Usually, a lot of times, most times, I notice when things run up to earnings, they typically sell off at earnings. But this one, it above 22% expectations on its price per dollar. So this thing is going to keep going, I think. We'll see. That's all I want to bring to everybody's attention. I'm sorry. CRM. Man, beautiful 200% 0-day play for me today. I've been watching CRM heavy since it made that 122 rev a few weeks ago, the month of July. 11th. That week of the 11th of July, it made that 122 rev up on the month. This week, that was at the bottom of a weekly broad information when it did that. Now, this week, it cleared the top of that weekly broad information. It closed above it. So I'm liking CRM. I love it as long as it stay above that. What price? That broad information is around 188. So I'm loving CRM. If it stays above that level, goes 2 up on the day and the week. And my next price target there would be $201 for CRM. I'm loving this stock play, this ticker. We know it's a solid company, as solid as they get out here in this market. We know plenty of smart money is behind it. And, as long as the Dow keep moving, I want to see the Dow get back above the monthly level and move in force. It went 2 up on the month this past week, but it kind of fell back. But I want to see that happen. And I also want to see tech keep doing what it's doing. A lot of tech has been a stock tickers market over there. It really hasn't just been you could just play Apple and keep it simple. FICO is he broke down within Alphapack of some beautiful entry points within Apple, and we kind of are biased there to that popular stock there just because retailers are so attracted to it. But tech has been running beautifully. As long as that continues, I like them. I love them. I'm sorry, FICO, man. I just remember one more ticker I want to bring up. Let me hurry up and pass it to the bros. I know they got fired, but it's SPLK. SPLK. If this thing stays above the monthly last month levels, keep running in force. I like it for a price target of 125. for the next price target for it. I can see that easily happening for SPLK. For majority of the year, this thing has been NASDAQ's #1 running stock. It's been best performing year to date in NASDAQ. So I'm thinking it's gonna keep doing what it's do, So I wanna get some of that Splunk money for sure. So pass it over to the bros. I know they got plenty of other fire and value to give the YouTube family as well. Let's get it.
Appreciate that, Legacy. Let's see, we got Wealthy Soon up next. What you got for the gang, bro?
I got a few things that I'm looking at this week. So I got a few different little industries that I'm looking at. One thing I'm looking at is going to be travel. So I'm looking at TCOM. So I like Trip. I believe that we're going to get this rev here on this outside week. So this 3-2 rev back to the upside. So I'm liking that one. I also like CCL. Really, CCL, RCL got the same type of setup. Another thing that I'm looking at, I don't want to go back and forth and pick which airline will be the best. So I'm just going to do jets. I love the setup on jets. And then kind of getting more into tech, because tech has been moving. All right, so another thing that I'm looking at is BEKE. BEKE got a nice little setup. If tech continues to move to the upside, BEKE will be another one that'll continue to run. We're gonna switch it to healthcare. Healthcare has a lot of great setups. One is AMRS. I think that's pronounced Amherst. Not 100% sure, but this is actually a pretty cheap one. It went outside week. With the cheaper plays, smaller movements equal bigger movements on the underlying stock. So I like that this can get to the outside. It's already revved on the 4-hour, and we're making our way to the week. Another one I like is BNY. BNY is at the beginning of a rev. This is not an immediate entry. I still do have a bond formation that it can come back to. Just around the 70-50 level. If it comes back, that's an even better price. Or if it revs, I'll already be watching it. But this one looks like it wants to print back to the upside. And then specifically in healthcare, I'm going to be watching genomics. So GBT, Global Blood Therapeutics. They have news right now. They are looking to be bought out by Pfizer. That's why they had this big gap up. But I believe that it continues to move. I think they're trying to get it at a price over 70. So I'm going to definitely be watching this one. This is one of the big movers in the genomics realm. Also, ARCG. If you just look at ARCG, this kind of shows what's going on with genomics. We could be early to a rev to the upside with genomics. I know my boy Boss Gang has mentioned genomics before. I think last week or the week before, actually. So he put that on my radar. Another one in there is going to be Beam, BEAM. We did a failed 2 down last week. If you look at it on a 4-hour, we're just chopping, consolidating, and waiting to rev to the upside, inside hammer. I think that this one's going to move pretty fast on us. Might even gap up. And the last one in this little industry is going to be LabU. This one is a mover. This is the biotech. And then I'm going to take this one 3-2 on the week. I believe this one can really make a run to the 20 level. On those contracts, it's going to be a lot. I think this one is a little bit pricey, so enter at your own risk. It is leveraged, so it does move a little faster. But I love the setup here. And then I just got some one-offs that I'm looking at. So last week I had a lot of materials on my list. We had some go off. I know Investor for Legacy mentioned FCX. We had that one. And we also had NUE and MP. They already have been taken off. I also want to look at CLF. I believe CLF will continue to print higher along with X. I'm just liking the CLF set up a little bit more. I'm also looking again at Paramount. That's one that's always on my list. If you look at the contracts, they have contracts right now For August, I think like 38,000, and then they have some six-digit ones in September. They definitely have some news printing up, so I'm just gonna be watching this one. These ones are easy 1,000%ers for me. That's why I always watch them. And last thing I'm watching is WFC, Wells Fargo. Financials was moving a little bit today, so I just want to watch this one just to kind of give me insight on what's going on over there. But I like this setup the most. Nice outside week bounce at a key level, so just want to see how it reacts with that. And that's my list for the week. Back to FICO.
Appreciate that, Wealthy Soon. Let's see, Boss Gang VIP. What you got for the pack to eat on this week?
Yes, sir. So last week was a lot of fun, and this week is definitely going to be a lot of fun as well. So let me go ahead and get to it. First thing I'm gonna start with is Abbott, ABT. So ABT had the gap down today, recovered. So it's the green 2 down on the day. We got a green quarter. So we got this 3-1-1 double inside month. We got lots of inside weeks going on Abbott. So we got the 2-1-1 of the week. So got some entries on this one. 110 on the week and above 112 on Abbott. That is a chop break level. So there should be minimal broadening formations for a long time if Abbott decides to make that move up. Next one, this one, I don't know. We like to have nicknames for a lot of stuff in the pack, but this one is kind of like when they have Halloween candy on the porch and there's nobody there and they say take one. And so if the kid is greedy, they might go ahead and take 2. So that's why I'll be looking at take 2, TTWO. So I'm looking at some take 2. I got a few levels. On this one. So on take 2, I got a daily level at 127.40. And this 2 down that it created off this gap down, that's the bottom of the broadening formation right there. So I want to see if we get this 2-2 day. If we get that 2-2 day, that target is a long way up there. The weekly target or entry 132.42 and the month at 133.79. So we want to see if we can actually get that month back into continuity. Next one, I've been in. Want to see if we can get some continuation on this. PG. So for PG, got a couple levels. It's 144.81 for the daily continuation. Get that 2 down, 2 up. Keep that going, and we have the 146.46 weekly entry for that. So I think we got a long way to go on that one. That one's definitely been good for me. Another one we like, HD, Home Depot. We got this 2-1 month. HD has definitely been strong. We got this inside quarter. We got this inside day. So I'm looking for HD entries above 309.78 on the day. We got the weekly entry right behind at 309.97, and we got that monthly 2 up at 310.67. HD, pretty good. Next one I'll be looking at is Zoom. We had a couple weeks of consolidation, finally got the 2 up on the week. We got a 3-1 on the month, so that 3 we know is evidence of a broad information on a smaller time frame. So we believe that it's going to at least at minimum go to the top of that. We'll see what happens after that, but that is a pretty long way away. Got some entries on Zoom at 114.32 on the day and 115 on the month and the week. Oil play, CBX. We got this 2-1 inside week. We got the 2-1 on the month on CVX. Looking for some entries on CVX at 161.86 on the week and 164.66 on the month. Another one, Dollar Tree, red week, red month. But as you can see, this month just been consolidating. So it's not actually going to take much to turn that month green. And, I expect us to start inside. So if we get the 2-1-1 inside and we push up, we'll see what happens there. But I'm looking for some entries on Dollar Tree above 165.24 on the day and 170.80 on the month and the week on Dollar Tree. Another one, materials, Valet. Seeing if we can get the reversal here on Valet. Got the 2 down, 2 up day. We're at the bottom of a broadening formation right now. So we're looking for entries on Valet over 13.53 on the week and 14.64 on the month. FICO, I like that big lot you mentioned earlier, definitely like that Deere you mentioned earlier. My last two, couple inexpensive stocks. One is Clean Spark, CLSK. Ticker CLSK, that's Clean Spark. Looking for entries on Clean Spark on the day above $4.72. We have weekly entries at $5.02, and we have monthly levels of $5.11. And if we get over that $5.11, we're gonna fly. We also got this 2-1 set up on the month. We had the 2 down, 2 up week. This has a failed 2 down on the quarter so far and a ton of way to go. Couple levels to break through, not too many broadening formations. So once we get through a couple levels, we'll really take off. The levels that I have for real are 297 on the week, and the month is 318. So this one can make a really, really big move in a short amount of time. That's all I got. I'm expecting to have a great week. Back to you, FICO.
Appreciate that, boss gang. Let's see, Mr. Check My Resume. You hear the music playing? I hear it. Let's bring him up in the pivot. Let's go.
What's good with it, man? Hell yeah, man. I hear that Bulls theme music, you know what I'm saying? From them 90s, for them OGs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my OGs. But yeah, man, hell of a week, man. Looking to continue to apply some pressure here, man, and keep it rolling. Got to keep the momentum going here and don't let it slip. So first off, first thing I want to think about, it just mentioned, is that over these last, I'd say 5 to 6 weeks, we just had just a nice run to the upside, and primarily because of that, you've got a lot of sectors that are moving up in force, and so the expectation is that a lot of those things will continue to run, and so don't feel as though you've got to find new plays if you got something that's working. So just wanted to point that out before I get into my list. So first one I want to talk about is Ketchup. KHC is ticker. And this one is one of the pack favorites. You know what I'm saying? We like our ketchup, our Kraft Heinz, and so first thing I want to talk about here with Kraft Heinz is we've got an inside week here. Let me give you a couple levels. So first off, we had a 2 down last week. We came in contact with the monthly level broadening formation, and we kind of pushed up and gave us a nice strong hammer here on the week. So I'm looking for entry above 37.69 on the week on Kraft Heinz. We do have a week level BF around 38.35, so you may have a little bit of consolidation there. But we do have a gap fill off today's outside day, so we went pimp and limping on the day. We didn't fill the gap. We still have room till about 38.03 to complete that gap fill. which is where that broad information is. So it all kind of syncs up if you want to take a short trade to take the gap fill. But I'm looking at this one long to potentially get up to this $42 range, which is kind of where we've seen it trade consistently over the last year. So first one was KHC, really trying to take advantage of that inside. We are still inside on the month, but we are moving in force on these other time frames. Let me go to the next one here. Next one, shout out to my boy. That was Legacy that brought up Roku. I definitely have Roku on my watch for this week. But the one I wanted to talk about, FICO, is Visa and ticker V. And if any of you have been in the pack, you know we have played this one recently off of a 2-2 reversal on the week. Actually, it was a 2-1-2 on the week. And so we were targeting an area of about 220, 225. I think as time has gone on, that broad information keeps expanding. So we're looking at like 223-ish range on Visa. So this play is still in play. We had a pull down last week, which created a 2 down. We came right down into a weak level broad information. It got bought up. And this week we had a little bit of a typical inside week candle. We had a bit of a push down, but we closed with a hammer strong, pushing up to the highs. We almost actually broke the week. So we'll be looking to take this momentum that we closed the week with into next week, which will give us a 212 on a level of 215.95. And that level right there, I'm looking to take that one up into this 223, 225 range. And also on the month, we'll go 2 up on the month at 218.07. So we'll be right in sync with this thing pushing up to this next broad information. So that's the ticker I have on Beats. Next one, shout out to that boy Boss Gang, Juniper. Going to pull up ticker JNPR, Juniper. Talk about June right here. Boss Game put me on this ticker a long time ago. I always keep it on the watch. So, a couple things here on Juniper. We are sitting in the inside month. Really hasn't done much since the month has started. Actually, we're inside on a lot of these time frames. So first thing I'm looking at here is on the day. We got a potential rail strat here off of the hammer coming off the lows today. So we're looking at a rail strat 2-2 reversal on the day here above $28.05. We're looking at this one. We could take this one if you're looking for a short trade scalp or something like that. You could take it back to point of control here at 28.34. But you know me, you know how I roll. I'm trying to take the magnitude. So I'm looking at around the $30 range as a target on this Juniper. If we get some continued buying here on this Juniper, we're still inside on the month. So we still got work to do to kind of flip the levels that we need. But Juniper is definitely one that I'll be keeping an eye on. We still got some conflict, but you see the turn is about to occur in my opinion. So anyway, Juniper, keep that one on your watch. This one here, this was one Boss Game VIP actually had called out. I see this was a nice trade that we could possibly take advantage of for Monday, and even further than that. But I really, and the inside week, but I really like TDOC. And I think the daily setup looks really good here with this hammer 2 down on the day. I like this one for a reversal back up above 37.53. Looks like that level, buyers like it at that level. We'll go back and retest this broad deformation here around 38.80, 38.90. Also, that same broad deformation kind of gave us this wick this week, but we're looking to go retest that and potentially break the week at a 212 above $39.91 on Teladoc. And we're still inside on the month. but we will go above the month at 44.66. So we've got a little ways to go on the month. So we got work to do. All right, moving on. Next ticker. Oh, I love that PG setup you guys talked about. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's solid. I'm not gonna bring it up. Next one here. I did want to talk about MO a little bit. Just really quick on MO. Just wanted to point out that inside week. I know Cam's been playing it. Looks like we're setting up. We had a consolidation this week, right under that broadening formation. We look as though we went to go test it, had a little bit of a rejection, and we've been just kind of steady right there under it. So I see a scenario where we could potentially get that break above and push up. It's just like we're wedging between these two broadening formations. And so we bounced off a yearly BF here on the week of July the 4th. And again on the July 11th week. And so since that time, we've kind of steadily pushed up. So that's what I look for to continue here on MO. You got to give it some time to kind of do its thing. Also on the month, I'm looking for an inside month break here above 44.50. So we got about 40 cents to take out that month trigger. Then we'll be 212 on the month in force. So we're setting up for MO to kind of do this reversal off this steep drop that it did in Q2. So we had an outside quarter last quarter on MO. So we're looking for this one to kind of do. We already know what these three downs do. So let's get busy. So like that MO, that's a good one. Also Abbott, solid play. I love that Abbott setup too. Got two more tickets for you. The next one I'll talk about is QCOM. QCOM said they wanted to take a little bit of a breather and TTO. So it has given us an opportunity to take advantage of the upward trajectory that this ticker has gone, or the upward movement of price. And so first things first, I want to look at, we had an outside day today off of the gap down. And so we're looking here at the week now for a 212. Had a strong inside week this week, looking for an entry on the 212 above 151.28 on QCOM. I may be looking at September expirations. It could potentially get there before, but looking at September expirations, take it around that 170, 175 level. So I'll be looking at that. We're also inside on the month as well. And so we've got a little work to do on QCOM. So I'm looking at this one as potential to catch on this TTO. So that's QCOM. And then the last ticker that I wanted to talk about today is JPM, JP Morgan Chase. All right, on JPM, a couple things I'm looking at. If you don't know the theme by now, I like reversals off the weekly time frame as well as the other macros. That is my preference. So just to kind of dive into it, first things first, first setup that I see is this 2-2 rev here on the week. We closed with a hammer strong on the week. We closed at 115.76. So we're looking at entry, however, above 116.19, which will give us that rev strat on the week. The only thing I caution you is be aware that we do have some macro level BFs around the 118 level. And so I think because we keep bumping our head on it, we are going to go and try to push through this eventually on this one. So I like the way banks are setting up here. So we should get a move above the broad formation. I think if you get time, you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't get time, then that may be a challenge kind of managing that broad formation right there. Also, on the month, we're looking for an inside. We're looking for this inside month to go two up on the month. We're looking for a rev strat above the 116.50 level, which will flip the month up to 2 rev. And so be looking for that one to occur as well. And looks like we got a failed 2 down on the quarter. So JPM looks like we're getting the start of a turn. This one looks like there's an opportunity here. So we'll see what happens. And that's all I got, FICO. I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
Appreciate that. Looks like, man, we got some heat for the pack this week. I mean, I like to see that, you know, the plays is starting to line up, the views, we got some things that's crossing paths. So, man, I'm actually eager to see, you know, what the pack is looking at. Man, week after week, y'all know how this game go. There's a lot of individuals out there who think that, you know, just because they working with the same tool bag that they can get the same results. And week after week, new members join the pack and they openly be like, dang, bro, I ain't heard this before. Oh, bro, man, this is my first green week this whole year. Oh, this is the best week I done had in the last 8 months. And it's just consistent.
Right.
The thing that I become more intrigued by is the fact that they become amazed and grateful that they can ask questions that they get more than just a yes or no answer, man. And I'm still blown away that other individuals pay memberships to be in groups and like they don't even really get to learn nothing. I'll be like, what are y'all paying them for? But they know they get better treatment than that, and we expect more out of ourselves, which is why we have the community that we have in the Alphapack, man. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Bros, man, before we get up out of here, y'all got anything for the pack?
Man, keep the pedal to the metal, man. Just keep the pressure going. Keep working. Don't take these wins from these recent weeks and get complacent, get a little lazy in your process. Don't start taking little risky plays or lottos from the other people and all that. Just stay consistent in your process, man. This is where you separate yourself from everybody else. So that's all I say, man. Just stay consistent with the process. Don't let the success go to your head and think you got it figured out. Just keep coming with the same energy.
Well said.
What about you, Boss Gang? Got anything for the pack before we get up out of here?
Just as always, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you're being meticulous with your decision making. There's going to be a lot of triggers, but you have to do what's best for you. We advise people, one of the parts of the methodology that we teach is don't pick contracts based on the price that they cost. Pick ones that have a high probability of being successful and manage it from there. So make sure you have a plan at the end of the day. Don't try to be too tricky, don't be biased, and ultimately find where the money resides and don't overthink. I think a lot of people have trouble because they obtain all this wisdom and all this knowledge, but at the end of the day, no matter what you put on your charts, these stocks are going to do whatever the stocks are going to do. Our job is to buy low, sell high, catch these reversals, and figure out where it's going to go. Give ourselves some time for them to get there. You do that, you'll put yourself in a good position again, week after week after week.
Week after week after week. Deacon Legacy, can you go ahead and get a benediction and take these people up out of here?
Yes. Church, as we gather here at Alphapack, we need you to know that we're powerful alone, but we're stronger together. That's how we do it, baby. Let's go.
We holler at y'all next week. Peace.